Hello, everyone.
Hi, morning everybody.
Yeah, so welcome on our daily dose of positivity. So today you have me, Sangeeta, and Shawn. So I have to Shawn. Where are you, Shawn?
Hi. Here.
My finger is pointing. Okay, so we are with the Malaysian Positive Psychology Association. So the topic that we're going to discuss today is
The power of gratitude.
gratitude. So just to share a little bit, so Shawn, would you like to say a little bit more about who you are, what you do? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So as you can see, I'm an entrepreneur. So I started my training provider company about 2 years ago. Yeah, and now I'm also venture into two other small businesses with other partners.
Yes. What else? What
Yeah.
else?
What else? Okay, I like to do business. That's why I would like to try more businesses as possible. So you may think that if I do more than one business, is there any focus?
Mm.
So okay, what I can say is in the current world, right? It's not about how much we know, but how much we can leverage on each other's strength. Yeah, that's also why I can venture into few other businesses.
Okay.
What about you, Sangeeta?
Okay. So again, I'm Sangeeta. You know me well if you watch my video when I say, "Hi, I'm Dr. Sangeeta," and we talk about mental health. So I'm coming from the mental health background. I'm a licensed counselor, so I run companies, trainings, workshop in talent management, anything to do with people. That's my expertise. And when we talk about mental health, the person to go or to ask to advocate will always be me. I'll be upfront to share. So today, what we are doing is we are talking about the power of gratitude. Yeah. So we have few of you here. Yes, Yati. Good morning.
Yeah, morning, Yati.
Yes, good morning, Hannah.
Morning, Hannah.
Okay. So what does gratitude sounds to you, Shawn? What does gratitude
Gratitude.
means? Yeah.
Okay, to me, gratitude is something that we need to appreciate whatever we have now, because everything we have doesn't come easily.
Mm.
Yeah, and being be happy in the present, enjoy in the present moment. That's what I think gratitude is all about.
Okay. But for me, when I talk about gratitude, it's appreciating everything, right? And
Yeah,
most of us, we don't really appreciate things. If
yeah,
we get something, we will just start to blame and point to others, right? And this
yeah,
a very beautiful quote from an unknown individual. Yeah, it is not happy people who are thankful. It is thankful people who are happy.
yeah. True, I agree with
Right?
this
And
quote.
I totally agree with this quote. It's because when you see people who are unhappy, I want you to observe. So to the audience out there, all right, I want you to look down deep, look into yourself. When you are unhappy, do you take the responsibility and do you, dive deeper on to find out what is not right at the moment, or are you playing the victim and the blaming game? Okay, please share your thoughts in the chat. Okay, I'm happy to we are happy to voice it out, to share this and look beyond that, right? And I think you agree with me, right, Shawn? Is
Yes,
that
I definitely, absolutely agree with you.
yeah, yeah. And when we are thankful, it's more than just, oh, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that. It must come from within.
Yeah, exactly. And also from our action, from our expression, behavior, and so on. It's not
Yeah.
just about talking, and thinking. It's just more than that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like when you say talking, thinking, right? It's one of the quote by Alvin Toffler, right?
Mm.
Long time ago, he wrote a book and he said, um, the illiterate of the people is not because they can't read, write, but now it's because they are unable to learn, unlearn, and relearn. So that
Mm.
is another beautiful quote by Alvin Toffler. And we see a lot of people, they don't want to unlearn things. Okay? They don't want to unlearn things. They like to take something that they make believe it's true, even though it happens like 20 years ago, and still hold to that belief that this is correct, this is right.
Yeah.
Right, Shawn?
Yes, yes, exactly. And this most of them are still in the comfort zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And sometimes we see why are they in the comfort zone? It's because maybe they have fears, maybe they feel that, I'm eligible to get all this. This is my right, you know, to get things. So when people are always getting, they don't really appreciate thankfulness. They don't really appreciate gratitude because they feel that it's their birthright to get it.
Yeah, true, true.
Yeah,
And also there is about the acceptance. They don't accept that themselves have weaknesses.
yeah,
So they
yeah.
might think they are right all the time.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Sean, remember when we were discussing, and then you said that you have some real case scenario about people coming up to you, asking you how do you maintain your calmness. Even if you look at Sean right now, right,
Mm.
he's so calm, he is so grounded, and the way he said it's different. So can you share, Sean, how do you go about on that?
Okay, so basically, as you as you notice that I'm also a seasoned or regular meditator.
Okay.
Yeah, I have been meditating, I think 6 years ago.
Mm.
Yeah. So, why I prefer practice meditation is that when I meditate, I tend to calm my mind.
Mm.
Give myself a peace of mind, and also creativity, many other things.
Okay.
Yeah. And most importantly, in meditation is stress relief, which
Uh-huh.
every one of us in the modern world now
Mm-hmm.
encounters. We are
Mm.
living in a very stressful life. Like every day we need to chase for our result. Every day we need to know how to earn more money. Every time we want to compete with other people, and
Yeah.
and also every time we don't fulfill what we have now.
Mm.
Yeah. So when I mean 6 years ago, I was completely a different person.
Wow. How was
Yes.
that? Yeah.
Okay, I can say I was an egoistic person.
It's not
Not
easy for men to tell that they are egoistic, but thank you for sharing that.
not calm.
Uh-huh.
Didn't know how to live in the present moment. Always blame other people. Like
Mm-hmm.
why I feel to do that. Why others can. Why
Mm-hmm.
others given better opportunity. Why not myself? All
Mm-hmm.
these blaming games.
Mm.
Yeah, before meditation. After
Okay.
meditation, I and also quite not quite negative that time as well, because whatever come to me is why why like that, you
Mm.
know yeah. But now it is much better after
Okay.
6 years of meditation practice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I became calmer,
Okay.
a more positive person, and most importantly is how to enjoy life and also live in the present moment.
Mm.
Yeah. In fact, during MCO, right, one of my friend comes to me And he was really, really stressful about that situation because the income has lost, and no more businesses and many commitments. Yeah, so he was really stressful about it.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I shared with him was, if we are stressful with what we have now, what about people in the other side of the world?
True.
They don't even have food. They don't even have a proper shelter.
Mm.
They don't even have a clean water to drink.
Mm.
They don't even have clothes. So, but now we have car, we have house,
Yes,
we
yes.
have money in the bank. We have so many
Yeah.
things. So that's why after that conversation, he felt better because he felt that we are really blessed to have all
Mm.
this at this moment. Even
Mm.
MCO, I mean, even the MCO incident.
Mm.
Mm,
So like yours, right, Shawn? I can feel that gratitude inside of you when you're talking about it passionately, right? And I think you can be one of the typical individual when we look at this
mm.
quote. Remember, like 6 years ago, you say you're egoistic, you blame people and all this stuff. So
Yeah.
you were not happy. And the quote already said it is not happy people who are thankful. It is thankful people who are happy. So the moment you rephrase and you change it to um, uh, more positive, right?
Mm.
You will attract that kind of people with you,
Yeah.
right? And now
True.
you feel that this is something that I appreciate. So when you appreciate, you give the gratitude out. You say thanks. You feel blessed. So
Yes.
that is one. So yeah, but like for me, um, I always think meditation is quite boring. You need to sit down. You need to sit down for 30 minutes and then close your eyes. And that 30 minutes when you close your eyes, right, a lot of things will come to your mind. Then I just sleep. Yeah, yeah. So for me, meditation is like, oh my goodness, I have to sit. But a friend of mine, a friend of mine, just randomly text me one day during MCO, RMCO, MCO. She
Mm.
asked, "Do I want to join this 21-day meditation under Deepak Chopra 21 days
Mm.
meditation?" So I say, okay, why not? Since I have someone to guide, and it's not so stressful. You need to go to a center, you need to sit properly and all that.
Mm.
So I just follow for 21 days, and it's beautiful. So maybe my meditation is not like how you meditate, Shawn, but when we have someone to support us, when we have that understanding, why don't we try and do things differently, like how normal people does? You can see the transformation, and it really transformed the way I do things. It really transformed the way I see things. Yeah. So that is part of the gratitude. Every morning when I wake up, and I think I taught this to my other sessions also, say thank you. The first thing you open your eye, just say thanks.
Yeah, true, true. I also practice that every morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I notice people normally they are in rush. They don't do that. They just wake up and then they straight go and do their routine. Mm.
Mm. True.
Yeah.
So the gratitude is really important for us to have. In fact, it helps us to have more productivity as well. You see,
Yes.
when we gratitude about anything, when we feel happy, when we able to live in the present moment, we are able to increase our productivity because we are more focused on the things that we are do at this moment.
Mm.
Yeah, so there's the distraction out there, right? Is minimum, or
Yeah.
it doesn't really affect us because we are focusing of what we are doing now.
Mm. So I like when you say in the present moment. Yeah. So just to share a little bit that I am a mental health advocate, right? So most of the time, the stories that people give, their presenting problem is that they are not living in the present moment. They are always anxious about what's going to happen next, or they are still carrying a burden of fear which already, solved and settled, but they're afraid that it might come again. So, Shawn, can you explain more when we talk about living in the present moment? How do you apply it, and how can we just share a little bit to the audience?
Yeah, sure.
Hmm.
Okay, for living in the present moment is focusing on what we are doing now. Okay, meaning to say we try not to think other anything in the future
Hmm.
or anything in the past, because whatever we think in the past or in the future, right, it will actually distract us.
Hmm.
So it's very important to live in the present moment, to focus on what we are doing.
Okay.
Yeah, and like you say earlier, Sangeeta, we shouldn't feel anxious about the future. We shouldn't feel worried about the future,
Mm-hmm.
because whatever will be happen in the future, right, is what we cannot focus now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cannot focus on like okay, in the future. For example, there are many people, right? Some people I come across,
Mm-hmm.
they feel worried about their businesses. 2 years later, my businesses will be like this, like this, like this. Then they feel very, very stressful about it already,
Yeah.
right? So
Correct.
if they always think on the dark side of their businesses or the future,
Mm-hmm.
so what is the purpose, or what is the objective they're starting the business in the first place?
Hmm. True.
When we start a business, we should always think the bright side of it. It's not the dark side of it.
Hmm.
So there's where we can, when we think the bright side of it, that's where we can come up with many ideas to overcome the businesses, to solve the problem, you know and to come up with the solution, how to improve the businesses, and all
Yeah.
that. All these are actually linked. That's why when we think positive, our
Mm-hmm.
thought, everything, it comes positively.
Correct. Correct.
Mm.
And I agree because I mean, we do need to acknowledge risk. We need to acknowledge possible outcomes, whether it's positive or negative. But if we keep on looking at, like what Shawn said, the dark side, the negative part of it, then you will not flourish the positivity of it. Then something that you like to do, you will feel that it's a burden to you because you're not living at the present. You're not looking the scenario at the present moment. And when you have too many in your mind, so okay, for example, there's this research says that every day we have 60,000 over thoughts in our mind. Okay, so Shawn, you and me, we have 60 over thousand thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we have 60,000 over thoughts, what happened is that around 70% of that 60,000 thoughts, 70 to 75% are negative thoughts.
Oh.
Yes. So can you imagine how much negativity are we having inside of us without us knowing? Okay.
There's
So
a lot.
there's a lot. There's a lot. It's like one positive, then you have like don't know thousand over negative, right? Yes. So how can that one positive shine when you have so many negative? So that is why we need to be conscious of how we look at things. We need to be conscious and be gratitude that, okay, thank you for giving me this. Now I need some guidance. How can I do things differently? And when you go out, right? When you go out, do you stop? This small things where you don't need money. Do you stop and look at the flowers? So now we have one flower here, right? That slide. Okay. So there's so many things that you can look, but people are not doing that.
Yeah.
They don't live in the moment.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I have these tips also for everyone that when you go out from your house, okay, when you need to go back to work, you are somewhere, be mindful that you are out of your house so that you are able to be present. And then once you come back, okay, maybe in front of your house you have a flower pot or you have a plant or your gate. You just touch it because we human, we need to touch and feel things.
Mm.
So the moment when you come back, you touch, you feel that you are present at home. So these are the small things that make you live in the moment and feel gratitude. Finally, I'm back home. Finally, I have work to do. I have some income. So these are the things that you need to look at,
Mm.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, true. And also, few years back, I met a wise man. I
Mm-hmm.
can say an old wise man. He
Okay.
told
Oh,
me yeah, very wise. Okay,
okay.
he told me that in the current world, right, many people are rushing for result, rushing for money, always do anything that is material. He called it material.
Okay.
He only asked me one thing. What if
Mm,
you left only 100 days from now?
mm,
What are you going to do?
mm.
So are you thankful for the 100 days? Or you are still want to fighting for the result, competing with each other?
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, he also there's a purpose of life.
Mm.
If we only left 100 days, what we want to do, what we put in the first priority, that is
Yeah.
something that we should focus on now. It's not just about earning more money, earning more money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. The
because
money will come to you. The money will come to you if you do it right. Right.
yeah,
If you keep on rejecting money by complaining, by being negative, by saying it's not enough, definitely whatever amount given to you will be not enough. By you appreciating money, you're attracting money to you.
yeah,
Yeah.
and also that there's a research very interesting about the I don't know whether it's from America or other country. They do a research. They want to know who is the people who satisfied with their current life.
Mm.
Yeah, and they interview a millionaire. They ask a millionaire, "Are you satisfied with your
Uh-huh.
current moment?"
Mm.
The millionaire say, "No, I want to earn more."
Mm.
Okay, so they ask a multi-millionaire the same question. Are you
Mm.
satisfied?
Mm.
The multi-millionaire replied, "No, I haven't achieved what I want to earn."
Okay.
Okay, then they ask another question is that they ask a single person, you know, "Are you satisfied?" The person say, "No, my life is boring."
Uh-huh.
And they ask a couple, "Are you happy and are you satisfied with your current life?" They
Mm-hmm.
answer, "Yes." They are thankful to have each other.
Yeah.
So being happy also is one of the things to be happy is if for whoever who is still single now, get a partner, even a life partner.
Then now all the single go and find partner. Okay.
In a universe, I think in a speech, right? The late Lee Kuan Yew
Mm-hmm.
also advised a MBA student
Uh-huh.
to get a partner. That
Mm.
that the MBA student is 26 years. I mean, was 26 years old that time.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Lee Kuan Yew advised to find a partner first if you are still single.
Mm.
Don't
So in
focus on your study and so on.
So in another way, is like find your support system lah. Find your support, right? Because most of the people, when I ask who is your support system, who is there, they can't answer. They say, "Oh, I have nobody. I just do it by myself." But there are people who say their family is their support system, or their teachers, their friends, their colleague. So find your support system, right? Hi Faith, good morning. Thank you for tuning in. All right. So I know this individual also for quite some time. We don't really face to face, but I follow her progress, right? And I see that she have grown. She have grown so much wisdom in her. The way she address her kids, and she do something. For example, right now she's a Zumba teacher, and she does this yoga. So it's very nice to see them growing and applying it. And the most important is spreading it out.
Mm,
And I recall
yeah.
a lot of people afraid to spread things out because they think this is mine, this is my territory. If I give, I might be at loss.
Mm,
Yeah. So there's a lot of things out there that you can see. So be mindful of whatever running in your mind, because I tell you, 60,000 thoughts, most of it are negative, and it will not help you to feel gratitude. It will not help you to feel that you are blessed. So look at it differently, yeah? So I'd like to share another one. Okay, this one right now. Okay. Okay. So here, happiness cannot be traveled to, own, earn, want, or consume. Okay. Happiness is the spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude. Okay, this is from the author of Psychology of Winning, 10 Qualities of a Total Winner. Okay, so you need to define what happiness means to you. And like Shawn shared the other day, earlier, right? So he
mm,
shared that when you ask a millionaire, is this enough? They say not enough. So you ask this person, is it enough? It's still not enough, you know. So happiness means differently to different people.
yeah,
Okay.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So when you define what happiness means to you, what success means to you, then you have a clearer picture. So
Mm,
another tool that for you to take back is journaling. All right. So maybe this weekend, this after this session and tomorrow, write down in a book, or in your mobile what happiness means to me. Okay. So maybe you say, I need to earn ₦1,000,000, only then I feel happy, right? Then some of you might write, oh, just being with my pet, I am happy. Or some of you will write, being with my family is bringing me happiness. So, and it's okay, you know, if the focus is all on you, okay? Because people feel guilty if they focus on themselves. So don't feel guilty. You need to focus on yourself. You need to be happy before you transmute that happiness to others. So write down, and it can change. You know, after an hour, the happiness might be different from what you have written earlier. So it's okay to change it. It's okay if it's all about you. It, it's okay that sometimes it might have some negative, you think it's negative because of social belief, because of community belief. So remember, write it down, be within yourself, and you will find the answer. Right, Shawn? Do you
yeah.
do journaling?
Pardon?
Do you journal? That means, do you write down what you feel? Why is this like this? You know?
Mm, in fact, I don't. because I only live in the present moment. I enjoy whatever we are doing at this moment. Even now, I also enjoying. My focus is here. I don't have any other thoughts outside this session. but one thing we need to be great to feel. I mean, grateful is that I came across an article. I think few few months ago. I think after during MCO.
Mm.
So then that time only people realize money or whatever they has been chasing, right, is
Mm-hmm.
not what they really want. Because of money, because of their work, all this, they had neglected their children education, they neglected their children, the what father children or parents children relationship.
Mm. Yeah.
you know they lacking of communication with their children.
Correct.
Yeah, and many other things. After then they only realize, I mean, in my Facebook, many friends, they are trainers, they are coaches, they are businessmen. They wrote a lot during MCO. They say they realize a lot. They has been chasing for something that is not what they want. For example, why people work so hard? Like why are we working so hard every day? Because we want to provide our family a more comfortable living.
True.
you know a living that we don't have to worry about money, a living that everyone feel happy about,
Yeah.
right? But when we focus on this is good. The problem is that nowadays many people over focus on this. They always think money, 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 want to earn more, but they neglected everything.
Mm.
In fact, they make their children not happy already. The objective is to make the family happy, living better. But
Yeah.
because they over focus on the something that to achieve the objective gone.
True.
Yeah, that's why during MCO they all realize all these things. And also, most of the time we take things for granted. You know,
Mm.
when we when we uh when we able to walk, very nicely, when we able to joke all this, we just don't take it seriously. We just take things for granted. Only when an accident happened, we lost a leg, then maybe we feel that, oh, I
Yeah.
was so
Yeah.
blessed to
Yeah.
have a leg last time, but now
Correct.
no more.
Correct.
And during MCO, many people feel that a fresh air is so 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 important because everyone is wearing masks,
Mm.
right? But last time they don't think that. They only think, they just take things for granted.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to say they without intention. I should say they take things for granted without intention.
Yes. Without them knowing.
Yeah, without them knowing.
Yeah. Sometimes I used to take things for granted. So I have to be mindful. Okay, this is not right.
So yeah, so now I'm really happy. I'm really really happy that now many people they realize, whatever necessarily they have now,
Mm.
necessity. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. And I during MCO, when people are at home, right? Then they see things differently. A lot of realization. Okay.
Yeah.
And more time, and then you can see everyone in my Facebook, right? Most of
Mm.
them are cooking. They bake cake, they cook different recipe. They spend time do exercising with the family and all that, which is so beautiful.
Yeah,
But now
yeah.
the question to all of you again: do you spend at least, now we are back to normal, right? Except that now we are wearing masks and social distancing. Do you spend that time, maybe an hour a day or an hour a week, to spend that time with your family? Do you do that? The question again, there's a realization, yes, during MCO, there's a realization. But now when we are back to work, we are doing things, do we spend that time with our family? That brings us joy actually. Or are we rushing to get things done because we have so many months of not doing anything? So now we want to rush to get things done. So again, it's all up on how you think and how you evaluate, because no one is better than you. Right, Shawn? Only
Yeah.
you can give the answer. We or anyone else can't give you the answer. It's all within. So if you feel that, oh, I have been guilty not being with my family, I've been working out, not addressing, not going out with my family, not eating together with my family, it's time to look into that. Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Mm. Mhm. So I want to share another one that, okay, okay. This one, living in the moment. Yeah. So, how do we live in the moment? Because when we talk about gratitude, it's about expressing your feelings. Gratitude is about valuing things. Gratitude is about appreciating, you know, thanks, giving thanks, and all that stuff, right? And the most importantly is living in the moment. Okay. So when we talk about living in the moment, what do we do? How can we do things? So there's many out there that you can Google. There's many sites that give you, what does gratitude means, what can you do, and all that. But I feel these six, okay, Shawn and myself, we feel that these six is very important, and we are actually doing it. Okay. For example, mindful walking. So when we talk about mindful walking, how many of you, when you walk, okay, when you walk, you are present at the moment. Okay, that means you don't walk fast. You take step by step and be mindful of your whole system, your whole body. Because mindful walking, when you do that, okay, that's where you will identify certain part of your body you feel uncomfortable. There will be aching here and there. All right. You'll be more aware of your bodily function. You'll be more aware on um, how you look at things. Okay. So mindful walk, if you go to the garden, to a garden or to a playground, you walk and then you can touch a tree. Just be quiet and observe. That is very good to do. Take a deep breath. Okay. While you are taking a deep breath, it can really release your tension, because taking a deep breath is where you go down to your tummy and then you release everything out. And do you do that, Shawn? Do you?
Sometimes.
Right.
Because most of the time I was in a rush.
Yeah, kan? So
Yeah.
take a deep breath and okay, I've shared this. I did this focus group, anxiety on exam. So they are all anxious about the exam. Okay, the exam going to be tough, and they've been the teachers, the lecturer has been telling them, the exam is difficult. The exam is difficult. You guys need to buck up. You guys need to what you call it? Uh, study more and get things done. So I was doing a session, few sessions there on how do you prepare yourself anxiety for the exam. Yeah. So on the last session, what I asked my students to do is close everything. Don't open your book, switch off your laptop, put it everything and go. Go out, go and walk, go to the mall, go and sit and eat something, because they've been together, but they've never had that togetherness in terms of just be in the present. All right. And that gives a impact to the students. Okay. And I can tell you, 95% pass the exam. Before
Oh,
this, yes, before this, it's only 20% pass. Okay? And it's 95%. The reason is,
that's impressive.
yeah, and I'm like so surprised. Wow, not bad. Huh? Okay. The reason is when you are tense, whatever that you do will not go in.
Yeah.
Because there will be always be something negative that will come and counter whatever that you're doing. Okay, your observation, your interest to learn more, to understand more, to solve problem more will reduce. So why are you pushing yourself into something that you know it's quite difficult, right? So that is why put everything aside, even though you have tight deadline or projects, have that time for yourself, do something that you like. Because the moment you give that freedom to yourself, it will just release. Yeah. Okay, another thing that I do is write using opposite hand. So, when you write using opposite hand, you will focus more of being present because you don't want it to be different, you don't want it to go all around, right?
Mm.
And then again, meditation, which we have shared earlier, how Shawn does it 6 years ago and all that. Okay. Another thing that living in the present, in the moment, is touch and smell. How many of you really touch a tree? Okay. Touch, texture. You need to touch, you need to smell, you need to feel because we have senses. Nowadays, we don't utilize the senses. You got what I mean? We are all living in a virtual reality world, all in the gadgets. So you don't go out, you don't feel the grass. Remove your slippers, remove your shoes, feel the grass.
Yeah, true.
These are the things that you can do, and you don't need money. You don't need money to do all that. We have a lot of grass, we have a lot of trees, we have a lot of plants, we got a lot of things. Touch it, feel it, smell things. When you smell things, is this just smelling, or oh, this smell is actually something. This smell is this ingredient or this perfume. You will understand. And lastly, which I really love, and most of my friends do this, is look up the sky and just smile. Okay? Just be grateful. When we are walking, when we are moving, our attention will just be on the ground or we just look straight forward. Okay? So it's time to just look up. Look at the wonders, look at the horizon and just smile. Smile and say thank you for this life. Be present. So this is how you can utilize free things. You don't need to pay.
Yeah, it's a free things, but
Yeah.
yeah, but they are great.
Yes, free things. You don't need to pay. Do it. Or maybe hold your partner's hand. When the last time you hold your spouse's hand? Okay. When is the last time you hold or you hug your adult children?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah. And when
true.
you hug them, is it a hug where you just hug and then you mwah mwah? Or is it a hug that I am here to support you? See, even hugs there's different meaning. Or the hug that, sexually abuse you. When someone do that, you know what you need to do. Just push and tell the person to stop. So you need to understand all this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also is there anybody want to share about their experience and so on?
Yes, we have. We have Yati who said gratitude start from the small things. Yes. When you wake up in the morning, thank God I'm alive. Thank God. My partner is still with me. Thank God my kids are with me. Thanks to my pillow who give me support. Thanks to my organ who are still functioning perfectly. So these are small, small things. And I can, what? I'm sure, right? Most of you did not say thank you to your kidney, did not say thank you to your mouth, to your eyes, to your ears, to your heart, to your lung, because it doesn't make sense, but for most
Yeah.
people, right? So when you say thanks, thanks to my hand to be able to move, thanks to my feet, so that I'm able to walk and travel. These are the things when you say thanks, it will flourish.
Yeah, yeah. There are people they want to touch, but they do not have a hand. There
Yes,
are people that want to walk, but they do not have a leg. And there are people that want to breathe, but there's no more time for them to breathe.
yes, yes. So
You
we are not
know?
here to preach you, to preach you. We are not preachers, okay? We are not a guru or something like that. But this is what we do on a daily basis. And we also see people who come to us who have challenges. So this is the same advice we give to everyone. Have gratitude, be happy. And
Yeah.
yes, chocolate, ice cream. Oh, I had ice cream and chocolate yesterday. Okay, right?
What brand? What brands?
No brand one.
No brand one.
Chocolate flavor, no brand one. Yes, so these small things, sometimes when your kids argue, just sit behind and watch them argue. You know, as long they don't hurt each other, like physically, let just punch, got bruises and all that. But just sit, you don't need to be there all the time to be the rescuer. And when you see your kids arguing, right, you feel like, wow, so cute. Oh, they look at different perspectives, so you feel gratitude. You see things differently. Yeah. So it's going to be, we're going to end shortly. Any questions that anyone wants to ask us, or any one of you would like to share, please share it. We would love to have more stories. Okay, besides just two of us talking. Anyone? Yes. So we have treat yourself. Okay, treat myself with ice cream, chocolate, shopping, and many more. Yes. Show, express love to the loved ones, right? Reward yourself. Yes. Something that I shared the other day is that we are so self-critical. Okay, when we are so self-critical, we feel we want to control everything, and we feel that no one can do better than us. All right, and sometimes I am guilty too, because you have your own belief, and we are all work in progress. Some things that you do 3 years ago might not benefit you now. Some things that people do before, and when you see them now, you will give this, hey, you change, okay? So, why does that change happen? How do they move forward with that change, right? So, you need to look at it. All right, so we have a question here. Many people believe, from Hannah, yeah? Many people believe that being selfish is bad. What do you think? Okay, so there's two ways of looking at it. Everything, there's a balance. All right? Okay, it's like yin and yang. Okay, it's good to be selfish. It's good to sometimes say no to people, because there are people who find it very difficult to say no. They want to please everybody except pleasing themselves. All right, so it's okay to be selfish because you need to look at yourself. But if that selfish is repeatedly, and the people around you feels that they no longer wants to communicate with you, or they don't want to be with you because you are always taking, then it's time for you to evaluate. It's not the person that they don't want to be with. It's about you need to evaluate what's your value. You need to evaluate what am I doing and how am I doing it that will impact other people so much. So again, journaling it, go within, you will understand more of what you want and not what other people want. Because most of the time, it's all about others. And I like to share this also. And I heard, and it's a reminder to me on the radio the other day. You know, Shawn, when we go to when we are flying in the airplane,
Mm.
if anything happen, right, the oxygen fall down, right? Who should
Yes.
who should we do first? Put the mask. The mask should be on who first?
The mask should be on ourselves.
Ourselves first, right? Before we put it to the children or anyone, right?
Mm.
So you see,
Yeah, if we can't save ourselves, how are we going to save others?
yes. If you don't change yourself, how others going to change their communication, their interaction with you? You know? So it's
Yeah.
all within. And yes, thanks, Yati. It's fine to be selfish. Okay? It's good for our own happiness. Our happiness is in our hands. Yes, right? So again, journal it down what happiness means to you. Journal it down why we need this. Yeah. Anything
Mm.
else you like to share, Shawn, to our audience before
Uh,
we end the session?
just just enjoy what we have now and live in the present moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, focus on the present moment. Yeah, don't think anything about future or don't think anything about past. Just focus on the. I mean, at the current moment, that's very good enough.
So in reality therapy and some of the therapy, right, in counseling, we are an existential therapy. We look into here and now. What can you do here and what can you do now? Okay, and the choice is given to you. You have choices. Whether do you want to embrace the here and now and feel happy, or do you want to embrace the anxiety, okay, and feel it's not enough? And I read a lot of books. You know, you are good enough and all this. But you, you see, when you read but you don't apply it, something wrong with you. Then you need to evaluate. But if you read and you apply certain values that match your values, then it's good. Yeah.
Mm.
So existential, why do I exist? Do I have a purpose? Do I need to do things differently? So it's all within you. No one else can answer. Not even your parents can answer your existence. Only you. So you need to understand my existence here. What am I supposed to do? What's my purpose? Am I happy doing certain things? Am I comfortable enough to have that conversation that I am not okay, that I need help, that I need support? So it's time to reach out. It's time to look at things differently. And I like what Shawn mentioned earlier. Remove the ego. The ego will not help you. Okay? The ego will not help you. So to all of you tuning in, thank you so much. Okay, for spending your Saturday morning with us. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Again, do follow us on Malaysia Positive Psychology Association. All right. If you have any news, if you want to be our members, drop us, message us or drop us an email so that we can share with you our latest updates, what we do, how can you become a volunteer, how you can become a members. Yeah. So stay tuned. Next Saturday we have another new speaker, two more speakers who are going to share about their experience and all. So tune in. Have a lovely evening and weekend. Remember, spend time what you do by living in the present at the moment. Sean?
Yeah, have a blessed weekend ahead.
Yeah. So all the best. Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thanks, Yati, Jean, Hannah, Faye, June. Yep. Sunil for being on board. And to all of you, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.